All right, so on our next lesson, we're going to still be doing slope and rate of change, day 2. So I will determine the rate of change between 2 points, okay? So we're going to recall from our previous lesson. Remember, we always read our graphs from left to right. So if our graph is going up from left to right, we're going to have a positive slope, okay? If we are going down, that's going to be a negative slope, okay? If it is a horizontal line, this is a zero slope. Remember, you can make the letter Z for zero. And then if your slope is straight up and down, which is a vertical line, this is an undefined slope. Remember, you can make a U with that, okay? So then from here it says, find the slope of each line and pay attention to the scale of the graph, okay? So that's a key. Pay attention to the scale. Okay, so if we paid attention to the scale, my scale is counting by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it's counting by 2s, and this is counting by 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16. So it's a little tricky. So here, we first start off by finding 2 points on the graph. So there's a point here, and there's a point here, okay? So we're gonna count our rise over our run. So this is gonna be 4, 8, okay? And then my run is going to be 2, 4, 6. Okay, so my slope, my rise over my run is 8 over 6. We make sure that this is positive. Our graph is going up, so it definitely is positive. And then 8 over 6 is going to reduce to 4 over 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the next one. So this next one, we do have a horizontal line. Remember, your horizontal line is a zero slope. So here we're going to put 0. Okay, the next one here, paying attention to the scale again, this is going by 1, 2, 3, 4. So the x-axis is going by 1s, but my y-axis is going by 2s. This is 2, 4, and so on. Okay, so we, although they don't put the numbers, okay, they're not putting the number 2, it is 2, and then 4, and then every line is 2, 6, 8, 10, 12. They just didn't write all the numbers like I did one time on the previous lesson. So on here, we're going to go ahead and find the slope. So we're going to go ahead and find 2 points. So there's a point right here, and there's a point right here, and we're going to count the rise over run. Okay, so my rise, since this is counting by 2s, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. And then here it's counting by 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so my rise is a 8, and my run is a 4, and 8 over 4 gives us 2. Okay, then we double check, is it supposed to be positive? Yes, because our line is increasing. Okay, so here's the next one. Again, we check our scale first. So this one, it looks like it's going one line and then it skips to 4. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8. So this one is counting by 2s. My x-axis is counting by 2s. And my y-axis is also counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. So then we go ahead and pick 2 points. So there's a point here and a, whoops. There's a point here and a point here. So I'm going to rise 2, so 2, 4, 6, and then I run 2. Okay, so it's going to be 6 over 2, which gives us 3. Our line is going up, so it will be a positive slope. Okay, here's my next one. I'm going to pay attention to my scale. So 3, 6, 9, 12. This is counting by 3s. And then this one here, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is counting by 2s. Okay, so then we find 2 points on the graph. And so my rise, my y is counting by 2, so that's 2. And then my run is 1, 2, it's counting by 3, so it should be 3, 6. So then our rise is 2, our run is 6, our line is going up, so it's going to stay positive. And when we reduce this, it gives us 1 over 3. Okay, this last one. So this one, I can definitely tell that my graph is going down. So right away, I'm going to put that negative so that I don't forget. Okay, so 3, 6, 9, 12. Our x values are counting by 3s. Okay, this next one, we have 6, 12, 18, 24. Our y values are counting by 6s. Okay, so then from there, we're going to pick 2 points. So we have a point here and a point here. And we're going to count our rise. So since my y values are counting by 6s, that's going to be 6. And my x value is counting by 3, so I'm going to count by 3s. 3, 6, 9. Oh, I don't know why I did that. So that's 9. So my rise is 6. Whoops. My rise is 6, my run is 9. It's negative because our graph is going down, and that's going to reduce to negative 2 over 3. All right, so here it says find the rate of change of the function, then explain what it represents. Okay, so we're going to first find our rate of change, which is our slope. So they already put 2 points on here for us. So I'm going to go ahead and just count using those 2 points. Okay, we are going to have a positive slope. And if I notice, my rise is counting by, this would be 4. Then that would be 8. And then 12, 16. So it's counting by 4s. So it'll be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Honestly, I'm not going to go all the way up there. That's too far. That just adds extra work. So we'll just do these ones. So it's 4, 8, 12. Okay. And then my run is from here to here, which if I notice, my x-axis is counting by 1s. Okay, so this one's counting by 4s, that one's counting by 1s, so it'll be 1. So my slope is 12 over 1, or just 12. And it tells me to explain, okay? So my rise, which is up and down, is the number of kits assembled. So 12 is the kits, okay, assembled. And then the bottom is the days, okay, my run, which is my x value. So explain, it's 12 kits per day. Okay, that's what this is an explanation of. All right, so let's try the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and find 2 points. I'm just going to pick 2 points because those two are too far apart. Okay, so my x-axis is counting by 1s. And my y-axis, this is 25, 50, 75, 100. So my y-axis is counting by 25s. 25s. All right, so then from here, we're going to count our rise. So I'm going to go from this point to that point. Okay, so my rise is my y value. So 25, 50, 75, 100. And then this is counting by 1. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so my slope is 100 over 3. If we can reduce this, we will. But since we can't reduce it, we won't. Okay, so the 100 is going to be my cost. Okay, so the 100 is a cost. And then my 3 is going to be my number of months. Okay, so then it is going to be $100. And then it's months. So $100 every 3 months. Every 3 months. Okay, because the top is cost in dollars, and the bottom they tell us it's number of months. Number of months. Okay, so the next one that's like this, we have human years versus dog years. Okay, so here on my x-axis I have human years, and it looks like it is counting by 1s. This is 1, 2, 3, and so on. So this is counting by 1s. And then my rise is in dog years. So here it is counting by, it looks like 5, 10, 15, 20. So this is counting by 5s. So I'm going to go ahead and pick 2 points. Here's 1 point and here's another point. Doesn't look exactly on it, but that's going to be as close as we get. Okay, so here my rise, we're counting by 5s. It's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20. So my rise is 20, and then my x-axis is counting by 1s. So 1, 2, and 3. So my slope is going to be 20 over 3. Okay. Now 20 is my rise, which is my dog years. Okay. So here I'm going to put dog years. And on the bottom is my x value, which is my human years. So we said it was 3. So that is my human years. Human years. Okay. So let's explain. So for 20 dog years is 3 human years. Okay. So now the next part, it says graph and label the 2 points, draw the lines connecting the 2 points, Then identify the slope. Simplify the slope, but leave it as an improper fraction. Okay. So here we have part A. Okay, they put part D right below it, but we're going to be graphing these points. So A is 0, -9. So 0 on our x-axis, -9 on our y-axis. So it looks like this is counting by threes. 3, 6, 9. So it would be right here. So I'm going to put here by threes. Okay. This one is counting by 1, so we should be okay. So B is 4, -3. So 4, and then we're going to go down -3. This is counting by 1s. And so we're going to go ahead and connect our dots. And we have our slope here. It is going to be a positive slope, and we're going to count the rise. So it'll be 3, 6, and this is counting by 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 6 over 4. So our slope here is 6 over 4, but if we reduce this, it's 3 over 2. And this is an improper fraction because the 3 is bigger than the 2. Okay, that's why it's called an improper fraction. Okay, let's go ahead and graph these points on the bottom. So we have A is 2, 5. So let me see. The x values is counting by 2s. My y values is counting by 5s. So if I'm going to plot 2, 5, I have 2 and then up 5, that's going to be 2, 5. Okay. And then my B is going to be 6, 15. So 6, 2, 4, 6, and then we go up 15 is going to be this point right here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and find the slope. So here is my line. Okay, and we're going to count the rise. So the rise is counting by 5, so 5, 10. And then my run is counting by 2, 4, by 2s. Okay, so then my slope here is going to be 10 over 4, which reduces to 5 over 2. Okay, my next one here. So here we have A is 0, -6. So we're going to go ahead and graph that. So 0, it looks like this one is counting by 1s, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So this is by 1s. But my x-axis here, my y-axis here is counting by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. So this is counting by 3s. So when I'm plotting that point 0, -6, it's going to be down here because my y value is -6, but my x is 0. And then this one is -6, 0. So that means that my y value and my x value is -6, and my y value is 0. So it's going to land right there. So I go ahead and connect my dots. And this time my line is going down. So that tells me right away that it is going to be a negative slope. We're going to count our rise over our run. So this one is counting by 3. So it'll be 3, 6. And this is counting by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 over 6 is going to give us 1. All right, the next one, we have A is 0, 0. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and graph that point, which is right smack in the middle. Okay, if I notice my x-axis is counting by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8. And my y-axis is 4, 8, 12, and so on. So here we can count by 4s. All right. So here we have -10, -8 for that one. So -10, remember our x is counting by 2, so -10, and then 8, I'm going to go up 8. Okay. So now that I have my graph, I can go ahead and make my line, and I can count my slope. Okay, so we're going to count our rise over our run. So here it goes down 2 units, but remember it's counting by 4s. So 4, 8, this is 8. And then this is counting by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So my rise is 8, specifically -8, because it does drop down over 10, and this reduces to -4 over 10. Okay, the last one. So here we have A is 1, 4. Okay, so here we go 1 to the right and 4 up. Okay, if you notice, my x-axis is counting by 1s, but my y-axis is counting by 2s. Then we plot B. B is 4, 4. So here is 4, here is 4. Now this time, again, we have a horizontal line. So remember, whenever you have a horizontal line, you can make a Z. Okay, Z for 0 slope. And the last one, we have 115. So I'm going to go ahead and graph A is 115. So 1, my x-axis is counting by 1s, my y-axis is counting by 5s. So 115 is right here. Then I go ahead and graph my B. My B is 1, negative 15. So I go 1 and then down 15. So 5, 10, 15. Now this time I have a vertical line. Remember, whenever you have a vertical line, it is undefined. So my slope here, you can make a U for undefined. And that's it. Thank you guys.